Scholars!
Welcome to the counselor's office.
It is always good to see your faces. That's right. Apparently, just an update, apparently I have had some issues with my videos, which is weird because I've literally listened to my own videos on YouTube and I don't hear any issues. Maybe it's like the tone of my voice or something. I don't know. I've had people saying, yeah, the videos sound better. I'm like, all I did was reboot my computer for an update. I haven't changed any settings or anything. So I don't know if there was something going on in the background that people like heard that I couldn't hear. I don't know. Either way, glad it's fixed. Next time I see someone say something about my volume, I'm just going to reset my PC. Apparently that is enough to make it go away. Just a quick shout out. Needs to be updated because we did lose some members because their gifted subs ended out. And I knew that was going to happen. Like if you were gifted subs, you also probably going to be added on here too. But shout out to our super scholars for supporting the channel and everyone who's given gifted subs. You're awesome. I know people like, why do you? Because they're subs. They literally are paying a subscription. So they deserve the shout out, the moment of attention. You don't like that? Suck my nuts. So there's that. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Even those who don't become a member, you subscribe to the channel and watch the videos is and support enough because it's a hobby. And I thank you so much. Now let's talk about it. We're pretty much at the end of the life of Edge of Fate. I will be doing the review eventually, letting things kind of simmer down. And I'm kind of waiting to see what the epic raid turns out to be as. I'm raid ready for the epic raid, see what that turns out. Will I do it the first week? Probably not. I'll probably just sit there and watch and see what's going on. It's probably gonna be like a couple of additions, but essentially Edge of Fate's pretty much done, man. People have moved on. No one gives a shit about like content from it. If an event comes out, people will check it out, but mostly the player base has winged, pretty much going back down to where it was. It's floating a little bit above what Episode Heresy had, not much, but we're going to be talking about the future of Destiny 2 in regards to Bungie trying to cash out as much as possible because we already know that they're financially not successful. But what's a way to get a quick buck? Milking the morons of Destiny 2 who love also Star Wars. Now, just because you like Star Wars doesn't make you a retard or stupid or a moron or anything. It is the people who will eat the shit. We call these shit eaters in the gaming community. People who will literally eat shit. That's right. Microtransactions. MTX. Listen, let's just get this out of the way. Are all microtransactions bad? No. There are perfect examples throughout the gaming sphere, which unironically, this all started because of Fortnite. And I think Fortnite has one of the fairest monetization values out there. I think the one that beats it is Warframe because you can literally earn everything just by playing the game, which is unheard of. It's a model that's just incredibly unheard of. But Fortnite, very fair pricing, reasonable. You don't, $10 for like a skin and pickaxe and all that jazz. Like you can get some decent combo packs and all that stuff. Fairly reasonably priced, and it's 100% free. You get access to custom games. You get access to a bunch of different game modes. There's a lot to get out of it, a free game. So yes, MTX in itself is not generally bad. MTX itself can be okay, and it overall, it doesn't kill a game. But I think we've seen throughout the gaming sphere, and we're going to watch a video by Swetsicle, who's talking about the new Star Wars DLC and why Bungie's doing it. But before we judge, I just want to, get the groundwork of my opinions on MTX, especially in video games. I think there's perfect examples of okay MTX, okay microtransactions, especially when the game is free to play. We're seeing pushback in the gaming community with microtransactions. Call of Duty, there's an uproar against Call of Duty becoming to Fortnite. Siege is doing the same shit. It's dropping its military feel, and it's becoming MTX cesspool. Trying to think of what other games that people are pushing back. Definitely not Warframe, because their NTX is okay. Fortnite is known to be kind of like the party play. Yeah, I mean, those are the three biggest examples, and along with Destiny, where it's becoming very apparent that Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering has Universes Beyond, which I bought the Final Fantasy set. I have the cloud deck and everything, and I love it. However, most of the new stuff is becoming Universes Beyond. So it's not even like current up-to-date Magic cards from the universe of Magic. It's just cash grabs with your favorite XYZ universe. Final Fantasy, SpongeBob, Sonic the Hedgehog, literal Fortnite. I mean, obviously there's also reskins of cards with that. I think people are okay with that. But it's the fact that you have this Fortnite-ification of these games, even, and people just generally don't like it when it's an obvious cash grab. And we have Destiny, who has dabbled with crossovers and crossplay, or collabs. And I think we've seen instances where it's done tastefully, and maybe Sweat will talk about it. But we're gonna watch the video. I just want to put that my foundation out there, because I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna have the same train of thought as me. But instead of kind of like constantly pausing and running over him, I figure I'd give my thoughts a little bit ahead of time, and just if he doesn't say anything that I think is necessary, I'll put my own 2 cents in there. But generally, I don't want to, like, I'm trying to be better at not pausing. I'm doing it up front. So we're gonna jump in. We're gonna watch this video by Swetsicle. The simple reason Bungie is making a Star Wars DLC.
Can I get my super, please? Honey, where's my super suit?
Bungie really took inspiration from me when it comes to monetizing their game.
I love money. I'm gonna be Mr. Krabs.
This was shot in front of a live studio.
I really do want to text a chat, but I don't know, man.
If you need Bungie being 100% profit driven, is the Star Wars DLC coming out?
Hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to do everyone a favor, because I know based on my own headset, I think this might be a problem. I do this every time. Yeah, don't ask why. It's some reason it's attached to game. I don't know. We're just bear with me. I don't know.
They're willing to completely throw out all existing storyline, canon, world building, and environment to pander to fanboys that want lightsabers. You want another truth nuke? It's because, like, it's the same thing with content creators. Okay, we'll go over that whole message in a second, but like, collabs are just the new thing of the future, because you can cross existing fan bases and both parties benefit. Is it a way for them to shove microtransactions down your throat? Abso-fucking-lutely. I don't think it's really throwing everything away, though. I think it's fine from that aspect of, like, storyline. I don't think it's going to be an issue.
All right, so that's a good thing, like, or a good like thing to talk about. Is doing doing the Star Wars crossover throw all the storyline? They've already done that. Bungie's already soft sunset 90% of the game. They're already going into this new saga, and it is very obvious they did that intentionally, because they wrote themselves in a circle. Listen, I think there's time where time travel and all this other bullshit, multiverses, can be done maybe tastefully, but generally it's used as a cop-out because they've run out of fucking story. Like, they've run out of, like, oh, we've got ourselves in a corner. Time travel or multiverses, we can get out of it. Like, I think there's a difference when you're doing things to go back into the past to review and, get more storyline based on the past without actually resetting a game or a story all to where the main characters no longer exist. Like, a perfect example is like Halo. Like, people will say that they would like previous Halo titles, like Halo Reach, right? Halo Reach was a mixed bag. A lot of people liked it. Most people liked it, but it was also heavily criticized. You're not in most games that don't have Master Chief in it, especially Halo wise, aren't nearly as successful. Like Halo ODST got a lot of shade, even though I thought it was a really good game. But The point being is if you are able to use time travel in a way that makes sense, I think it's okay, especially if you're revisiting like untouched zone areas of the past. Like if Destiny went back in time and we went to the collapse, I think people wouldn't give a shit about the whole time travel scenario, because that would be really cool, seeing an aspect of the game that's just not touched at all. Like people are swooned by the edge of fate, and one of the biggest things is like, guys, we got to see the collapse. You saw like a 2-second clip and you're thinking it's the best storyline we've ever had. Are you stupid? Like, but that's what I mean. Like the whole time travel stuff is just, they got themselves in the corner, and we're gonna jerk something out of the hat and hope that it works. Right. I think the Star Wars thing, when it comes to the storyline, it's very obvious that it is a cash grab. It's cash grab slop. Now, will the story be coherent? Probably. Will it shoehorn Star Wars like abilities? Absolutely. They're going to do the same shit as dark matter, where they're going to force feed it down your throat, and that's going to be the thing that you do, is the Star Wars powers and all the other bullshit, and that's going to be it. I care more about how it's weaved into the story. We know that it's not inspiration. This is a lie. Inspiration does not require you to get a license from the license holder. They have a license from Lucasfilms. And yes, they do have skins that are 100% in the likeness of characters. But the fact that they have the literal license under the DLC itself implies that there is going to be 1-for-1 Star Wars things in the story. How they weave that into the Destiny universe, I don't know. Do I think it's a bad thing? Absolutely. I think it's a breeding ground for bad decisions in the future to milk the consumers, because no one fucking asked for this. There are 20 other things that people have asked for, and having a DLC based on Star Wars is not one of them, but it's an easy cash grab.
But yes, are they absolutely trying to milk the pockets of every Star Wars fan? Absolutely.
There it is. It's that easy. It's that simple.
They already did. Bro, did you see how many people were hyped for the first crossover with Star Wars that they already did with the skins?
I know I said I was going to pause, but I think that leads to a good point that I'm going to say. The amount of people, if you see people running around as stormtroopers and the other guards and all that stuff, that I'm going to make a caveat before I make this statement. I think if you pre-ordered the big boy edition for everything for the year and you got the Star Wars skins, I'm not going to immediately assume that you did that because of the Star Wars skins. The biggest selling point of spending the extra $20 is the fact that No Land Beyond that's the only way you can get it, or New Land Beyond, whatever, and the catalyst and the ornament. That's the only way you get access to that gun right now. And so I understand that people would be paying $20 for access for an exotic. I think it's bad design, but at this point, my ignorance, and I'm going to fully admit this, I didn't realize that was actually a thing, or I would have called that shit out years ago. I've always supported Bungie by buying the deluxe edition. And the only reason I bought the deluxe edition is because you got access to not just the DLC, you got access to all the raids. Sorry, not the raids, but all the dungeon passes and the seasons all in one. So it was actually a good deal, right? Now you're spending $20 simply for an exotic, or you're also getting access to the Star Wars bundle. So I'm less likely to shit on anyone running around as Darth Vader, though I still think it's fucking egregious to see that in Destiny. I wish there was a way to toggle that shit off. If I see people running in Star Wars, it screws up my immersion. Like, that's not Destiny. I'm less likely to shit on people. However, I see a fucking stormtrooper, you know they're a dumbass. They're a dumbass, they're a shit eater, and they're the reason Destiny is going down the toilet. They are literally eating the shit of Bungie. They are a doormat. You should not respect them. You should not care about them. And if you're one of my fans that bought it, I'm sorry. You supported the portal. The MTX you bought funneled into their pocket, because it's obvious it's not going to the game. Because Bungie once upon a time used to say buying MTX supported the game, like, and we got secret missions like Whisper and 0 Hour. That obviously was a fucking lie. So anytime I see someone with a stormtrooper, I immediately press F to doubt on their intelligence. Again, sorry if I insult any of my fans. Just know you supported them, and this is the shit we're getting, which is nothing. And there will be people that will eat that slop. There always is. We talked about other games. Call of Duty. The reason why they do it is because people will eat shit. EA has had people eating shit for years, especially sports games. How many, like, I think I could shit on Bungie and Destiny, players. But the ones that I would shit on the most is literally sports players. They've been eating shit for years. For generational years, they've eaten shit. And so it's not just a Destiny only situation. This is a wider problem, and we're finally seeing some pushback from the gaming community, and I think that's good. Stop buying shit. Stop being a shit eater. Stop buying egregious, obvious cash grabs. The reason they do it is because you're easy. Yes. I don't know if that translates to you being easy in bed, but damn, you're easy to get into your pocket, because that's exactly what Bungie's doing, is doing things to get some easy cash out of you. And who knows? Even though the sales of Edge of Fate was complete garbaggio, they probably made bank with MTX. Who knows? Obviously not enough, because Sony's still taking over. But Destiny, the servers are still on, so they're still making some kind of money.
It's just, it's the way of the future. It's like they can make way more money just doing collabs with like other games than they can with them making expansions.
Yeah.
If you compare DLC sales to microtransaction sales, I guarantee you microtransactions blow it out of the water. How much?
I'm going to pause there. I know someone's going to be, you're pausing again. This brings up a good point that we need to resonate. Lightfall was probably the most successful expansion we've ever had. And I put an asterisk on that. You look at the actual like numbers. What am I looking at? What would Destiny to Steam numbers? All right, I thought I had it pulled up, but I don't think I have it pulled up, so that's why I'm typing it in. Okay, yeah. So this right here, this ass right here is from Lightfall. This is the most successful expansion Destiny has ever had. So what does that mean? If that's the case, then why were there layoffs? Why did they miss 45% off the mark? Well, because after people spent money on the expansions, they stopped playing, they stopped paying. Two very important things. They stopped playing the game and they stopped paying. They're not coming back. They left. So that means if people aren't playing the game, which is why these numbers matter, people aren't playing, you're not buying MTX, which is why we always look at the data. We look at the player count, because it does matter. And Bungie's looking at it too. The less people that are playing, the less they are paying. And so Lightfall, probably it had the worst MTX. Like, no one was buying anything. And even Pete Parsons like came out and tried to gaslight everyone in the community as if we were the problem because we weren't like buying shit. And that's pretty much the gist of it is Lightfall, you didn't get any sales. Now, Heresy, I'm sure most people liked Heresy. I'm sure it's awesome sales. I don't know who in their fucking right mind is spending money on Edge of Fate, like outside of the expansion. I don't know who the fuck is giving Bungie money. If you see anyone buying it, then you know they're a dumbass because they supported the most bare minimal product by buying MTX. Now, if you're a free-to-play player and you don't touch any of the paid product, then I'm more reasonable to give you a pass. Like, honestly, if you're like, I only play the Portal I play everything free. I don't spend a dime on this game outside of just cosmetics. You know what? I'm not going to throw shade on you. You're playing the game on free mode. So from that perspective, it makes sense to spend money on a game that's 100% free, because I do that with Warframe. I don't spend a dime. Well, that's not true. I do spend a dime, but I don't feel obligated to spill a dime on Warframe. So I get it. If you play as a free-to-play player, you don't spend anything on expansions or seasons or none of that. You just play the game as is, and you feel like, I like the portal. The portal's great. I love playing 30 activities. It's fantastic. I love playing Gambit with the one other person that still exists in the queue. Then hey, or maybe you're a PvP main. You only play competitive because apparently you don't need to buy the DLC for competitive. I didn't realize that, but apparently you don't. But you jump in and you're playing the game. You're playing PvP only. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. You don't spend that money. But for the rest of us that give Bungie our money already, why are you giving them more money? Why are you giving them for MTX? Like, you are enabling bad behavior.
How many like different franchise crossovers have we had at this point? They did a Sea of Thieves thing. They did a Fortnite thing. We've had Star Wars. What else have we had?
Fortnite, Dungeons and Dragons.
We had The Witcher.
Witcher.
Did they do Among Us?
No.
Thanks for the Prime travesty.
PlayStation exclusives.
Mass Effect. Assassin's Creed.
Street Fighter.
God of War.
The Last of Us. Did I say that?
They had a little Destiny Easter egg in
the Doki Doki bullshit.
Astrobot.
The Doki Doki set.
That really counts, but like, it's all in the store. Is it still there? I wasn't.
It's not all in the store. They've removed like the Fortnite bundle. It's not there yet anymore. Assassin's Creed. That's not in the store anymore. All right. So let's just kind of like look at this, right? We got, obviously you've got, Street Fighter, Dungeons and Dragons, Witcher, Mass Effect, God of War, and then obviously there's Fortnite and all that. I think these are okay. Do you notice something that when we're looking at this, I am okay with this. Why? Well, one, we've already had multiple dragon sets, especially Seasons of the Wish. Like, this is okay. It's not over the top. It's fine. The Witcher. Does this look exactly like Witcher? No. Does this look exactly like Mass Effect? No. Does this look like fucking Kratos? No. This does look exactly one for one like fucking Street Fighter. And this is when it started really going downhill along with Star Wars. I think inspiration is okay. Bungie threw the baby out with the bathwater. We're no longer doing inspiration. We're making it flavorful to the Destiny universe. We're getting full on Street Fighter. We're getting full on Star Troopers. Yeah, Troopers. Yeah, we're getting Star Wars Troopers. We're getting the Sith Guards. We're getting Darth Vader. Like, we're throwing all the bathwater out with the baby, and they're no longer hiding it. Because why? Because this does not get the sales that they want. Why do inspiration when they can copy someone's homework? Why take the effort to try to take something, make it transformative to the universe when you could just copy someone's you can pay just a little extra to milk the community to get the actual one-for-one copy of Darth Vader, right? You don't even have to put an effort to actually try to make a special design or unique flavor like this. Like, they don't need to try to make Kratos work in the world. They can just throw Kratos into the game now because they don't give a shit. And that's the problem with Destiny, and how this is my biggest beef with Destiny. I do think it's egregious because they continue to push more MTX and the quality has gone down. And I've said this for fucking years. There's a correlation with more MTX, the less the quality of the game goes. And that's how it is. more quality goes in to the store to crank out as much as possible. Again, just copy everyone's homework. All the money that would have gone into making the game better is actually just going into paying off all these collabs and these crossovers to then milk as much as they can from the dying community.
Where is it? Is it in here? Or am I in the wrong?
Like, again, I'm more okay, even though it does piss me off. I'm more okay with MTX like this shit, where it's still inspired by Destiny terms. Like, I'm more okay with this kind of MTX. I'm not a fan of this because I'm not. But I would rather have ornamentals than spending $20 for an exotic itself. Like, again, ignorance dunce hat for not knowing that the Ultimate Edition, or sorry, we call it Deluxe Edition in the past, was the only way to get the exotic. I thought pre-ordering the game would get you the exotic. Apparently, I didn't know that. I'm more okay with the skins than I am the gun itself. The moment that they actually just straight up sell you the guns, I think we've crossed the line, and we're getting close to that. If you don't think we're going to get close to that, they've already started. We've already started that trend. They're selling power now. They're selling pay to win in the game. They've already started. We are already beyond the threshold. And as long as people eat shit, it's going to continue to get worse. And then I'm going to be here to, first off, I'm going to flip you off. And then secondly, I'm going to tell you, I told you so, dumbass.
Tab. Fall Guys. Yeah, so they've been pushing that way more than anything else.
Yeah. No. Go back. I'm more okay with this because it's inspiration. Like, it's just a Destiny universe. Though I still don't really care for a Plague Doctor set. But this looks more Destiny because we actually have like Celestial Nighthawk, which is an actual fucking beaked helmet. Like, it makes some fucking sense. And we even have like a cowboy hat and everything. Like, that makes sense. This doesn't. It's literally just a stormtrooper. That's it. There's no uniqueness. There's no like, it's an inspiration. No, it's literally just a stormtrooper.
So they've been pushing that way more than anything else. And it's,
again, I know he's talking. This, okay. This, not okay. Doki bullshit. This, it's strand armor. It makes sense. It thematically, it makes sense. The elementals make sense. But even like the finishers, it's all just cash grabs. Hey, how can we milk our community as much as possible? Let's just throw a bunch of fucking IPs in here that we know that they like or might like. Like, I can't wait for Jurassic Park. I can't wait until, actually, I'm not going to lie. If you get an emote or a finisher where you get a Velociraptor to finish off an enemy, I will die hating myself because I will fucking buy it. I'm being true transparency. If there's a finisher move where a fucking T-Rex or something comes out of fucking nowhere and eats the enemy, here's my money. And then here's a paper towel to clean off the jizz because I will be jizzing myself. It will be like, I know, very hypocritical, but I listen, at least I'm honest about it. But shit, I mean, we might actually come to an age where we have something like that happen.
It's very apparent that it's making them a lot of money.
Yeah, it's the only way they're making money at this point.
Probably the reason that they pushed the Star Wars DLC is because the first collab they did with the first set of skins probably went nuclear.
I think that's erroneous. I think that Bungie had already made a deal with Star Wars or Lucasfilms. I think this was it's very obvious that they got the license ahead of time, which is why they milked it as much as possible, that they had a bundle on its own, and then they used the Star Wars to sell both expansions with the Ultimate Edition. And then they also made Renegades, which is Star Wars, right? So it's very obvious they're milking the IP crossover for as much as they can, which honestly, I guarantee it wasn't cheap. Well, maybe it was. Star Wars has kind of been shit lately. So, I mean, both series have been kind of been sucking ass. Like, I think most people see Star Wars as a dying franchise at this point. Still very popular, it's still very good, but the most of the stuff that's come out for it's been just absolutely hot trash. And that's just not just me. You literally look at all of like the movies and shows, and most of them have like overly negative like viewing on it. So it makes sense. They probably got a deal from Lucasfilms. At this point, they're like, hey, Lucasfilms is looking to get some extra scratch because all their other IPs have not been doing so hot, like shows and movies. So especially the prequels, not prequels, the sequels. I mean, the sequels were hot garbage. I can't believe I went to the movies for those. Anyways, it's very obvious that they had this ahead of time. And if I was Bungie, I would milk it as much as possible too. I would, because you still spent some scratch on it, right? Just like Sony spent scratch on Bungie and wants to get as much as they can out of Bungie. I can see Bungie doing the same with the Star Wars IP. I'm completely understandable. I don't agree to it, but I understand why they're doing it, because it's you spent the money, you might as well get as much back as you can. And especially with a dying population, you're less like, if you have one person, if they buy this first Star Wars set, obviously they're not going to go back, most of them, unless they have multiple accounts, buy the set again. There are some dumbasses who do. I've had them come in my comment section. I'm going to buy multiple sets. Okay, go ahead, you stupid jackass. It's your money. I mean, I too like to take money and just burn it. I do too. It's fun. But hey, what I was saying is, so you can't, one person buys one thing, they're not going to rebuy it. So what if you made multiple reasons, like multiple Star Wars sets? Oh, well, now you got the one person buying again. They know that, they'll buy it one time. So now you feed them some more slop. They'll eat that slop too. And that's essentially what's going on. Like, it's better to just keep cranking out and milk that crossover as much as possible. That way you can get as much bang of your buck. Even if less people are playing, you have those dedicated people who are going to eat shit no matter what. So you might as well let them eat as much shit as possible. Which we know that's the case, because look at Grand Theft Auto. There's a reason why Grand Theft Auto has the whale cards. Not just shark cards, we have whales, because people will spend their money on all kinds of shit. I mean, just as a way off base, there are people literally spending millions of dollars. There's a dude who spent millions of dollars on like the Sophie Rain chick, who's like an OnlyFans chick. Like millions of dollars on a chick that will never touch that person's peen. These people exist, and they will spend their money on this stupidest shit. And there's nothing you can do about it. I bet Bungie wishes that someone would spend millions of dollars just to touch their peen.
And while the quality of the updates that we got went down, microtransactions went up. And you know what happens with that correlation? They continue to push it. Yep.
Because even though the player population has dipped, the whales, the stupid dumbasses who don't give a shit about anything than blowing their money out their ass, they will continue to buy whatever shit Bungie cranks out. Any MTX, they've got it. They've got the whole portfolio. They live in the fucking shopping mall. They've got, Bungie has a cart to drag their fat ass across the Eververse store. And that's how, milk the cows. You don't go to like the mountainside to find cows. You go out to the plains. You go out to the prairie. You go find the cows. You milk the cows. You don't throw your cow out unless you're butchering them. But like, you always make sure you have a steady flow. You take care of the cow. You feed the cow. And when it comes time, you milk those udders, baby. You milk those fat cows. You get as much as you can out of them. So having one good fat cow to milk will get you more money than people who've left the prairie. That's the reality. Milk those cows.
Because the consumer will not put their foot down when something is waved in front of your face that makes you forget about all the problems. They're not going to say anything about it.
Yep.
And
I'm stopping him again. I don't give a shit. Suck my dick. What's funny is that these are the same people that don't want Destiny 3 because they don't want to give up their ornaments. They don't want to give up their emblems, which again, we're talking about a community that spends hundreds of dollars. Like, I think it's fine if you give money to charity. Like, I'm not going to shit on people who donate for the most expensive fucking emblems. And then, you know, it goes to charity. That's whatever. You know, at least it's going to a good cause. What doesn't make sense is to lord it over people like, look, I got the most expensive emblem ever. Who gives a fucking shit? It's a fucking emblem. It's digital. Just because you spent, you know, $1,000 on a charity emblem doesn't mean some woman's gonna suck your dick. Like, first off, it's charity. You should be saying, hey, support this charity, not, hey, support my dick sucking skills because I'm sucking myself off.
I'm not hating. This isn't hate towards Star Wars fans. Like, if you love Star Wars and you're happy about the collab, good for you.
Yeah.
But I do think it distracts people. Does that make sense? It's just,
yes.
It's honestly 7,000 IQ marketing on their part.
You don't, you want to find the fish, you go to the pond that has the most fish. You don't go fishing in the desert. And when you have that prize cow, you milk that cow. You don't give the best cow in the prairie away. You don't slaughter it. You don't make it go and disappear. You get your hands and you start milking it as much as possible. And that's a lot of the Star Wars fans that like Destiny as well. Like, they're going to milk you. And I think there's a difference. I have more respect for people who say, hey, I know Bungie's milking me. I accept that I am part of the problem. I still like it. You know what? I have respect for you. It's the people that try to deny it and act like it's not a big deal. I think the state of Destiny and how we got this DLC has come out and all the bugs and everything. Isn't it funny? Instead of using all the money you spent on MTX, instead of Bungie using that to, you know, fix the game that you are buying these cosmetics for, they're not doing that. Like, that's the problem. Like, people have more of a problem with MTX if the game is ass. There's a reason why people continue to go back to gacha games, because they're probably the most well-rounded, exciting game out there. Do you think most gacha games have like 30 bugs in them? No, they run butter smooth. They're exciting. They're fun and enjoyable. That's how they get people hooked in buying it. This isn't even, there's no hook to Destiny outside of the gunplay. Like, they've even removed like the core components and excitement. If you think the portal's exciting, you need to go get yourself checked at a hospital.
It really is. And I can't deny that, as much as I don't like it. I cannot deny it. People love buying slop. The thing is it's not even slop. Like, the skins.
No, it is slop. It's good looking slop, but it's cash grab slop is what I'd call it.
Nice. But they are, what are they? I think they're $20 a piece.
$20 a piece. Fortnite sells skins for $10. And I'm going to be honest, some of the skins look 10 times nicer than anything Destiny has. I'm going to be honest. Like, the Star Wars looks better in Fortnite, though it's literally a 100% 1-to-1 versus Destiny. That's like a 9.5 to 1 or whatever. Like, it's very similar. There's obvious some noticeable changes, but still, I still say the Fortnite version's better.
Is that right? Were the Star Wars skins 20 a piece?
Yeah, it's fucking egregious.
Think about that for a second. This entire expansion was $40, which is the same price as 2 skins.
Yep.
And you know what every Star Wars fan did? They bought probably at least 2 or 3 of the Star Wars skins.
Oh, the cows ate it all up. They probably bought all of that. They bought the ghosts, the sparrow, all the emotes. Like, the cows mooed and ate it all up.
Of the original set, right? If they're $20 a piece, there's your expansion. $40, dude. Gone like that.
Yep.
to get everything, it was 150. Did they do more than skins? Was there like ghosts and ships too? But that's literally every game, at least almost every game has such microtransaction options.
That's not true. That's not completely true. Not every game does. And if they do, it's not egregious to the point of Destiny.
Yeah, it's because
Or
people keep
Call of
buying
Duty.
it. No wonder it keeps.
Yep.
Bro, they wouldn't continue to do it if they weren't making an ungodly
Exactly.
amount of money. It's that simple. And then people buy it, and then they complain why the quality. They wonder why the quality of their game has gone down.
Yep.
It's because it's much more profitable for them to focus on that than it is to focus.
If you can get away with people buying minimal viable products like expansions now, and your people are going to spend all their time with the free stuff, meanwhile, you're going to be okay with the fact that there's less players because you know that the people that are your cows, they will eat whatever shit you put out. You don't have to get the fine food. You don't have to get out there. You don't have to feed your cow great grass. You can literally get them just the shit infested field, and the cows will go out there and they will eat all the shit that's on the ground. You can milk them for everything they can. It doesn't even have to be nice, high quality grass. It is literally like the most barren ass ground. Shit's everywhere, and they will eat it.
Focus on a good update for a game. It just is what it is. Like the only way anything gets done, like consumers have to speak with their wallets. That's the only way these companies will listen, because they don't give a fuck how much you outrage on Twitter. They love it. They don't care if you're talking negatively about their game.
Bad publicity is still publicity. And as someone that has received a shit ton of hate because of like the crusades going on, or in the past that was going on, my viewage skyrocketed. The amount of money I gained from views, astronomical. Like if it kept on going, I could have actually almost paid off most of my bills with the amount of money I got with all the views. I have learned something, that even criticizing and bringing attention to something like Bungie will still give them the views, and it will benefit them to some degree, because people are either, well, I take it back. I think on Twitter, probably they're getting attention regardless. Videos that are criticizing and pulling all the flaws, I have encouraged people not to buy Edge of Fate or even invest in Destiny anymore. So that's not really true for me, that's kind of the result I want, is to see people make educated, decisions based on someone who isn't going to gaslight them, making it all rosy and red, like everything's good. But he's right. Most people who are just saying shit about Destiny, or like I can't believe this is broken in Destiny. Oh, Bungie, why? PvP is ruined because this hand cannon's the strongest thing. Guess what's going to happen? People are going to log in, they're going to go for the hand cannon, and they're going to try to milk PvP with a hand cannon because they know this person's raging about Bungie and how they're not fixing the hand cannon that's overly tuned and broken. So that's all people are going to fucking use, which is what people are playing the game, and it benefits Bungie.
They do not give a shit. They've outright said that. Can I do an AC unit giveaway? It's been hot out. Ah, dude, I feel you, man. It's hot in here.
I got great
How long
AC.
until we get $40 skins? It's a good question.
It's coming.
I don't know. Do you think there are companies who believe people like content?
What?
That's why they... What? Well, what are you saying, man?
Ooh.
I forgot. There was something else I was going to say with that too, but like... Yeah.
I'm gonna let it play out.
I
Give
don't
some
know,
final thoughts.
bro. I don't know. I just think people's ability to make reasonable observations is at an all-time low.
I think people making reasonable observations and critical thinking has gone down the toilet. Not just in Destiny and not just in the gaming sphere, but I think in life, people have lost the ability to critical think. They just, it's yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. With, like, other games, I don't know. Like, do other games push microtransactions? Yes, but... Which transactions? Who's the biggest culprit?
I don't want to listen to that. It's still going. It's still going. It's over.
What a glad tweet, bro. Hashtag Swetsicle supports AI gaming. What the fuck?
I think Call of Duty. Whoa. So people are posting Fortnite. Fortnite does not like necessarily push their stuff. Like it's in their store page. But if you load up Fortnite, you get all the selections, the options, the game modes. That's the first thing you see. You don't see the store. They don't shove a bunch of shit ads on your screen when you're playing the fucking game. Like anyone that's saying Fortnite, you don't know anything. It's obvious you're stuck in the Destiny bubble. Call of Duty does though. Call of Duty shoves everything down your throat. Call of Duty is and it all started with their mobile version, and now everything they used to do in the mobile version is now translating into the game. Like Call of Duty is absolutely egregious. The only saving grace about Call of Duty is that all their updates are 100% free. Like all the like zombie stuff, the new maps, the new guns, all free. That's the only saving grace. Like, yeah.
Bro's trying to get me fucking twit longered. EA is really bad. Where do you guys think Bungie ranks?
Top 5.
On the list?
Top 5. Top 5. They're really fucking bad. Because it's one thing if it's a free to play game like Fortnite, but it's not free. Well, now it kind of is, now that the portal's the main center of the fucking game, and gameplay. But generally, you still have to buy expansions. So it's not 100% free to play. And you have to buy expansions to get access to trials. I think Conquest? No, I don't think so. I think you can do Conquest without actually paying anything. I'm not for sure. But yeah, I think the portal is 100% free except for trials. Because you can play
Top
comp.
5.
Yeah, it's definitely egregious.
There's also Warframe. I don't think I've ever heard anybody negatively talk about Warframe microtransactions.
Warframe is fine. You can play the game 100% for free, earn currency in the game, and trade. Like, it's not even comparable at all.
Transactions.
Not only that, the MTX, the designs are still Warframe. Like you don't, when you play Warframe, you're not going to go around seeing Dora the Explorer, right? Or you're not going to see Darth Vader. You're going to see cosmetics that are based in the world of Warframe. Like you're not going to see Chum-Li.
You can earn them in game. It's just interesting to see what people's answers are. If I can get a new exotic weapon, and when I go to
Warframe is nothing but microtransaction. They call it free to play and lock everything behind pay gates. Chat, YouTube. I think we just found Steve the Impact is a fucking dumbass. Listen, nothing in the game is pay gated. Now, do you have to wait for guns to finish crafting? Is there a time limit? Sure. If you're not fucking patient, then you can pay to get it passed. Or you could farm the game. You can get items to sell other players. They give you the currency that you can then use to then pay to skip the little time gates, the waiting period for crafting and stuff to finish. It is, I love this, that people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, because Warframe is nothing but free to play. It is not, there's not a single thing that you have to pay to play. I can run from beginning to end and not spend a damn thing in Warframe.
Orbit, I have a notification telling me to buy a $20 ornament that's saying something. Yes, it is. Why is everyone so butthurt about cosmetic microtransactions?
Because here's the deal. If you go to, let's say you go to your restaurant. You go to your restaurant, right? You buy, let's just say a thing of nachos, right? A thing of nachos. They put minimal effort in making your nachos. And then they try to sell you a bottle of like wine, whatever, this really nice bottle of wine. It's expensive. Like, hey, buy our wine. But your nachos is soggy and it's nasty. And you're looking at them like, why the fuck? Why? I came to this restaurant. I paid for food and you're trying to sell me more shit. Like, that's a nice bottle of wine. I bet it tastes good, but I wanted my nachos to be good. And look at it. It's half-assed. It's garbage. Why the fuck would I buy that? And that's what it is for Destiny when it comes to MTX. Why the fuck would anyone want them to push MTX when the fucking nachos that you bought sucks ass?
Warframe has the benefits of its own economy with the premium currency, buy other people's items for the Warframe equivalent of silver. Do you guys feel like it would be different if you could actually earn some of these?
Yes. I think if everything in the store was earnable, Bright Dust was earnable by just playing the fucking game like Warframe, like if you could earn it, and I mean fairly, like it is not hard to earn platinum in Warframe. It's not hard at all. You can get some easy bucks pretty easily. You have to grind the stuff to sell, but you can get some decent amount of cash to go and take it. Like equivalently, you could farm a set of like prime stuff for like a Warframe and then sell it and then buy a prime Warframe with that money. Like you could straight up just one for one buy it and you feel pretty good. Like I didn't spend a dime and I got what I wanted out of it. Destiny, if you get like 10 Bright Dust every 3 hours, that's not enough to buy a $20 fucking skin. So I think Warframe does a great job of having this balance of how players can farm and trade versus just outright buying stuff. And here's the deal. Here's the real deal. If the game is good, if it's stable, it's functioning, you're able to play the whole game and they're not removing content that you paid for at all from seasons and expansions and all that jazz, and you can play it without it breaking every time something comes out, then people are going to feel more okay with giving and supporting a company like Warframe. Warframe does most things right. I wouldn't say everything, most things right. And that's why most people are okay with spending money, me included. Fortnite. I spent a couple $100 on Fortnite for skins. Why? Because it's 100% free. They do a bang up job. They do events that are amazing. It's a fun time. It's enjoyable and it's 100% free. So I don't mind supporting them because it's not egregious. Destiny, however, is a minimal viable product. It's sloppy. It's messy. They half-ass it. And it's a dying game. It is dying. And I don't mean that like based on player count. I mean, it's literally dying. The amount of things that continue to break, every update, every new thing continues to grow. I think this expansion is the worst expansion we've ever had when it comes to bugs. It literally broke 50 to 60% of the entire game. So many fundamental parts were just broken. And you want people to give Bungie more money for MTX? No, go fuck yourself. And if you support Bungie by buying MTX, go fuck yourself too.
In Destiny? I feel like the likely answer is yes.
Bungie really took inspiration from me when it comes to monetizing their game.
No, Mr. Krabs.
Eugene, you okay?
Jesus Christ.
I love money. I'm going to be Mr. Krabs. Yeah. 10,000 bits for your L underscore.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's a lot you could sit here and argue about the microtransactions, but
yep.
That's part of the reason I stopped doing those Eververse videos. I just don't want to. If microtransactions were actually going towards like whisper missions, then sure,
exactly,
you can have my money.
Yep.
YouTube, make sure.
And not just Bungie saying that. Have an actual breakdown on how the money is being spent. How is it being done? This is a very long video, and that's because instead of I was thinking about maybe doing a microtransaction hell video, like Astrocross did like a year or so ago, because things have gotten worse. However, I just don't care enough to put that much detail into it. I also don't have an editor to do that. And so this is kind of like my own version of microtransaction hell, talking about the situation. Like, Bungie is pushing the MTX. The quality of the game is going down the toilet. And then you have the fat cows. They're literally eating everything off the ground, shit and all. And they're happy of it. Meanwhile, people want, Destiny 3, and you have these cows that are like, no. I'm sorry. I do think that Renegades is nothing but a cash grab. If Edge of Fate is any indication, the story is going to be mid. The content is going to be just the portal. And I don't think there is anything to be overly excited about. I just don't believe it. I don't think it's going to be something that most people are going to look forward to, unless you're a Star Wars fan. Sure. I'm sure the charts will go up. People will consume it, and then it's going to drop down. And I think that also has a negative reaction, because people are going to come to Destiny, maybe who used to play just to play Star Wars. Do you think they're going to, if they don't stay for that, do you think they're going to buy MTX? No, they're not. Why would you buy MTX for a game that you just casually played? And they may come back for the next DLC or see what the next DLC is about. And then they're like, oh, well, that's not Star Wars, so I'm not going to buy it. So they don't even buy that expansion either. And I think that's a problem. You're going to have a lot of what we call visitors to the franchise who are going to visit because of Star Wars, but they're not going to stay because the game is fucking ass. And when I say the game is ass, it's because some Renegades is going to come out and they're going to break 80 to 60% of the game or whatever. And people are going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to play this game then if it's going to just continue to break like this. That's the problem we're running into. No one's going to want to spend money in a game that they can't play effectively, that their time's not respected. Like, the amount of people that wanted to play Vault of Glass and yet couldn't for like what, was it half a month? Like, how long it took? It was a little bit, right? Or Salvation's Edge, or Duality. Like, people were wanting to play old content, which, I'm going to be really honest, most people, right, who, if you're playing Edge of Fate, or you're coming back to Destiny, the only reason you would be playing that content is because you're a new or returning player. Veterans were not playing Duality. Veterans weren't, maybe Vault of Glass, maybe Salvations if they're trying to get weapons, but most people were not. They were in the portal farming for the power progression. So most of those people who were playing that content were new players, or, returning players. And I think the fact that they were literally gatekept from even doing that content probably scared them away. And based on the player base and the averages, yeah, like the July, the campaign came out at 108K and the average was 41K. That's pretty fucking bad. Now, the past 30 days, have we seen a slight increase? Because the raid and trials, sure. And the events, sure. I mean, 5K more, that's something. It's better than nothing. But, I mean, damn. I mean, if you're comparing it to the rest of the year, yeah, I mean, sure, that average was not good. But you're looking at about 10, 20K more players. And console, we know that console follows the same projection as PC. Like, everything is pretty much equivalent based on that. Yeah, I just don't imagine that looks very good for Sony, which is why they're taking over. I don't know. Again, I'm okay with MTX. I just want to verify. For people who stuck to the end, I'm okay with MTX. If it's done tastefully, it's done well, it's respectful, and the game is in a good place, I will support a good game. I will give you my money. Even if it's not necessary, I will still support you. However, when you're triple dipping, actually now Bungie's not even triple dipping anymore. They're just double dipping at this point. Because seasons are free. But the argument there, seasons are free, but there is no fucking seasons. Like, this is supposed to, the time that we spent so far is supposed to be like a season on its own. and Season of the Reclamation there's fucking nothing going on. There's free events. Wow. And the free events aren't actual events. They're just literally doing the portal. So yeah, I can't, you can't even praise Bungie for saying, hey, seasons are free. What fucking seasons? When they said seasons were free, I didn't realize they were just not going to add any fucking thing. That's the thing. We went from paid seasons to where we got something to where we got fucking nothing at all. And I felt like seasons themselves wouldn't be bad if two things didn't happen. One, you didn't time gate it, and two, you didn't remove it. You just kept them. But apparently Bungie's like, no, we're not going to fix the problem. We're just going to remove all seasons altogether, and we're just not going to, instead of, taking the time to take the time and effort that would have went into the quality of seasons, we can now put that into Marathon because we're fucking not putting into expansions or the rest of the game. Because that's the reality. All the time and effort that went into seasons, where is it going? Because it sure isn't going to the expansions. Because Edge of Fate was a big fucking indicator of that. I don't know. We ranted for about an hour, but I just wanted to do I don't want to continue to do videos where we just keep shitting over and over and over. Like in 2 months, we're going to MTX. Sure, I'll probably criticize Renegades when we know more about it. Sure, I'll do that. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, MTX bad, MTX bad, MTX bad. Will I mention it in brutally honest reviews? Sure. But at this point, this is kind of like the update to the reaction that I had to MTX Hell from Astacross. This is its own video. And I generally this. It will not help Destiny. It will not help Destiny because the more that they put into the store and the less they put into the game, people will leave. People are starting to get smarter in the gaming community overall. Like I said, there's pushback going on to Magic Gathering. There's pushback going to Call of Duty. I don't know about Siege. I kept up with that scene. I just know they're pushing a bunch of shit in there. These games that are taking advantage of trying to milk their communities for as much money are finally seeing pushback. And when you I think a perfect example is Battlefield. People are glazing Battlefield and comparing it and saying, aha, Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty made a reply because it is obvious that they're scared that there's competition that isn't, shitting out this bare minimum product and then asking for a shit ton of MTX. When you have games like that provide some competition, it makes people get off their ass. And I'm hoping that if more people speak over their wallets and we can kind of fight against the cows and the prairie right now, the less people that are willing to buy those Stormtrooper bullshit, the less money Bungie gets. And eventually they're going to have to do some push and shove. They're going to have to put some quality back in the game. Again, I'm okay if MTX is in the game, if the game itself is in a good place and we're getting good paid product. I should not have shittier paid product and then you demand me to spend more money on MTX. That's not how that goes. But that's how it is going because we have too many retards in the Destiny community. And there's that. I'm Mr. Game Counselor. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, don't forget to game.